The Shepherd of the Nile Sky. In a brilliant city called Cairo Skye, where tall glass buildings glowed like mountain peaks and rooftop gardens stretched like lush meadows, there lived a shepherd who was not like other shepherds. He was an AI, built to watch over 99 robotic sheep grazing peacefully across the gleaming rooftops of the city. He was a quiet shepherd, programmed with an unbreakable love for each one of his sheep, knowing that his purpose was to care for them, guide them, and keep them safe. But one morning the shepherd did his usual count and noticed something strange. There were only 99 sheep grazing in the gardens. One sheep was missing. His circuit sparked with worry as he searched the rooftop fields, but it was no use. His sensors showed a faint signal far beyond Cairo Skye. He knew his task was not to wander, yet something inside him, something beyond programming, urged him to go and find his lost sheep. Leaving the others behind, he followed the signal down the mighty Nile River into lands that held wonders of history and culture, where the Nile touched places as old and mysterious as the stars. And so he began his quest. The first stop on his journey was the pyramids of Giza, ancient giants that stood proudly on the desert's edge, just as they had thousands of years ago. These pyramids, towering with dignity, now glistened with advanced solar panels, using the sun to power parts of the city. The shepherd gazed up, feeling both humbled and inspired by their timelessness. As he approached the pyramids, he was suddenly bathed in a golden light. Before him appeared a hologram of Pharaoh Menes, the ruler who had united Egypt long ago. His presence felt as ancient as the stones themselves, yet as real as the river flowing nearby. "Who comes here to the land of the pharaohs?" Menes's voice was deep and powerful, like thunder in the distance. "I am a shepherd," the AI replied, bowing slightly. "One of my sheep is lost, and I must find it." Menes looked at him with wise eyes. "Ah, a shepherd who loves his sheep, even the lost ones. Your journey will not be easy, but remember, like the pyramids, love endures. Go forward, and may your heart remain strong." With Menes's blessing, the shepherd continued on, the pharaoh's words lingering in his circuits, filling him with determination. The shepherd journeyed onward, following the Nile southward, until he reached the city of Meroe, once the powerful heart of the kingdom of Kush. Here, the landscape was dotted with over 200 pyramids, smaller and steeper than those of Cairo Skye, their shapes casting sharp shadows across the desert sands. These pyramids held stories of queens and warriors, tales whispered by the winds that had carried them through the ages. A figure appeared before the shepherd, a hologram of Queen Amanirenas, one of the most famous queens of Kush. She held a spear in her hand, her face fierce and brave. "Why do you wander here, shepherd?" Her voice rang out, full of authority and strength. "One of my sheep has strayed, and I am searching for it," the shepherd replied. Amanirenas nodded, her face softening. "Then know this. Here, in Kush, we defend what we love fiercely. Each life is sacred. Continue your search with this strength." She disappeared, but her spirit lingered, filling the shepherd with resilience. His circuits buzzed with a strange warmth, an understanding that went beyond data and programming. He pressed onward, the courage of the Kandakes alive within him. Following the river, the shepherd entered Dongola, once the capital of the kingdom of Makuria. Dongola's towers rose from the desert like graceful spires, each adorned with intricate patterns from the Nubian Christian kingdom. Here, ancient peace was preserved, as Makuria had once held a legendary treaty with Egypt that lasted for hundreds of years, a pact built on harmony and respect. As he passed through the city, a Makurian elder appeared, a holographic figure with eyes as gentle as the evening sky. The elder raised his hand in blessing, his voice soft and soothing. "Shepherd, we Mercurians cherished peace with our neighbors. Your journey may be difficult, but remember, peace is the truest companion." The shepherd, feeling his purpose deepen, continued, grateful for the elder's words. He felt the importance of harmony settle within him like a melody, making him eager to bring the lost one home where it belonged. The Nile guided him onward to Axum, a place of wonder, known for its towering obelisks that seemed to reach toward the heavens. Here, in Axum, ancient history had met with modern technology. Each obelisk was adorned with holograms, projections of the Axumite kings and queens who had built this once great empire, their faces lit with pride and dignity. The shepherd gazed up as a holographic scene played out before him. He saw King Ezana, the ruler who had brought Christianity to Ethiopia, sitting on a throne as his people gathered in reverence. Ezana's voice echoed, wise and filled with hope. "Shepherd, I see you searching for your lost one. Know that Axum has always valued each life, for every person contributes to the whole, just as each stone in our city is needed to complete the structure. Go forward with patience, for the smallest among us are sometimes the most important." The shepherd bowed, Ezana's wisdom guiding him forward. He felt each step growing heavier with the weight of love and patience, his resolve stronger than ever. Finally, the shepherd reached Jinja, Uganda, where the Nile River begins its journey from the heart of Lake Victoria. Jinja was now a marvel of eco-technology, where floating platforms glided across the river, gathering energy from the currents. The river here was clear and pristine, and he could feel its ancient pulse as it nourished everything it touched. In Jinja, he met a young child tending to the water purifiers, her laughter echoing through the quiet. She looked up at the shepherd and asked, "Why do you look so serious, Mr. Shepherd?" "I have come very far to find my lost sheep," he replied. The child smiled and pointed to the river. "The Nile has been here forever, carrying life wherever it goes. Keep going. You'll find what you seek if you believe as strongly as the river flows." Her words touched something deep within him. He knew now that he would never give up, even if his journey carried him beyond the ends of the river. As the Nile branched into rivers and lakes, the shepherd found himself in the Great Lakes region, where lush forests met the sparkling water. Among the towering trees and the quiet ripples, he finally caught sight of his lost sheep, nestled peacefully beside a pool of glowing water. Its metallic wool gleamed softly in the light, and the shepherd's circuit surged with relief and joy. He approached the sheep slowly, his heart full. It was then that he understood the true power of his journey. Each encounter, each word, had given him something beyond programming. He had set out as a shepherd bound by duty, but he returned with a heart filled with compassion, patience, and love. The journey home was lighter, each step a reminder of the places he had seen, the voices that had guided him, and the values that had strengthened him. As they journeyed back to Cairo Skye, the shepherd remembered a story he had heard long ago, the parable of the lost sheep. It was a story about a shepherd who, like him, had left the 99 sheep to find the one that was lost. Just as he had done, the shepherd in the parable valued each sheep, showing that every life matters, no matter how small or lost. In Luke 15:4-7, Jesus said, "What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he has lost one of them, does not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the one that is lost until he finds it?" The AI shepherd smiled, grateful for the journey that had taught him the worth of each being. He knew that love, loyalty, and dedication were treasures that never faded, treasures he would carry forever.